Alright guys, I'm bringing you guys another Ezreal gameplay, but what's special about this gameplay is actually I popped off pretty hard this game, and yeah, so I was like, you know what, this is a good video. So in this gameplay, we're actually against some challenger players, but they're on their Smurfs right now, so I'm Smurfing as well. But yeah, so we're against some challenger players, so this is a pretty high elo game. And when you're playing, we got an interesting matchup, right? It's a Kai'Sa Janna versus Lux Ezreal. And when you're in this situation, the thing you got to look out for are two things. Is the isolated Q from Kai'Sa. That does a lot of damage. You need to watch out from that. Number two is the Janna poke. Those are two things that are going to be the most important things to look out for in the laning phase. So when you watch me play, I'm always taking everything long range. Like, there's no reason to just give free damage over. So when I'm playing, I like to just chill back and just farm with my skill 1. I'm always just sitting as far away from possible. I do not let Janna ever auto attack me. As you can see, I'm just farming the minions, walking away, and just poking if I can. But your main priority is, when you're in a matchup where they can clear waves faster and zone you out, is to take the least amount of damage so you can't get dived by their jungler, and just make sure you farm, because if you do that, you're going to be perfectly fine. So guys, Ezreal on the new patch got nerfed theoretically. I mean, the champion itself did not get nerfed, but they did nerf Trinity Force by reducing the amount of attack speed you get from it. Secondly, they removed regeneration and replaced it with second wind. And the thing with that is, it's not you don't use regeneration because it would regenerate your health. You would use it for energy, and I've been struggling with my energy ever since I don't have regeneration anymore, which is very sad. So that means you really can't see right there. I shouldn't have skilled 3'd, because it just eats your energy bar like super hard. So yeah, so Ezreal, last patch Ezreal definitely was a lot better, but I mean, he's still really good. He's still really good. So yeah, when you're playing Lux Ezreal, the thing you need to make sure, look at this Rengar damage though. Oh my god, I mean, it's so easy, dude. When you're playing Lux Ezreal, you got to look at the combos you have. As an ADC player, you need to look at what you're running in the bot lane to make sure you know what combos you need to do to succeed. And with Lux, it's simple. Lux lands a Rue into Lux ult, Ezreal ult, and the player should be dead. Especially, like, that's the way to get a kill in the early game. And when you pull that off, it's really good because you just get a free kill. So right here, you're going to see me, I just ult. Lux didn't have enough energy to ult, so we couldn't pull it off right there. But the Kai'Sa does get low, but we just have to back off. And I mean, the only reason that skirmish was not the best, but I have to just recall. And guys, this first dragon fight is where I pop off. I can't wait for you guys to just see this. But yeah, so Kai'Sa's recalling to get her Q upgrade. And it's simple. Like, at this stage, as an Ezreal main, Ezreal can just play into everything so easily. It's just so easily, man. No matter what the situation is, it's so easy to play Ezreal and succeed with it. So look at this fight, guys. Just keep in mind the way I position. Always taking good positioning and just poking with my skill 1. Right here, we go off the charm. I secure the kill, and it just turns into a full-on battle. So I'm making sure I'm all over the place. I flash away to make sure Darius can't get onto me, and I'm still poking. And I see that Kennen starts to engage, and so once I get my ultimate, I just ult straight down. Look at this. Boom. Everyone walks into it. I kill Wukong. They're getting just pretty low, and boom. Look at me keeping my distance. I'm still at full HP basically in this fight. Boom. I go onto the enemies, and they're just falling so easily. Boom. And guys, I almost got the penta, but Lux did steal the penta. You can see my reaction. I was like, oh my god, you just stole my penta. But that is actually the perfect example of how to fight with Ezreal. I mean, I did it perfectly. I didn't really even make any mistakes in that fight. I kept my distance, poked down, landed a great ultimate, and we just slowly won the fight. Now, Champion as well got nerfed as a rune, but I still run Champion. I tried Gathering Storm, and you know what? I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Even though it did get buffed, like, I'm just not feeling it as a rune right now. I think Champion is still really good on Ezreal because you just really don't die on Ezreal quite too often. And if you get Infernal on top of your Champion, I mean, you're going to do ridiculous damage. So, yeah. But, since I got a quadra kill in this game, I'm super fed and I can just zone people out. So this fight, I didn't really do the best positioning. I decided to go into the pit, which gave Wukong an opening to engage, and I'm kind of just sitting here, like just sitting here, right? My ultimate was not the best. It was a one-man ult, so I ended up dashing away, and we just retreat. We got the mountain, so it wasn't a total failure, and I heal up. But right here, guys, I land a lot of blind stuff. Look at this. Boom. Boom. Oh my god, look at I'm like an aimbot right now. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Like, I'm just landing everything, guys. Like, oh my god, this is good Ezreal gameplay. So right here, I choose not to use my skill 1 because I just want to auto attack a little bit, so I know it doesn't get dodged, and Janet's frankly killed me. Now, that was a 1v3 situation for me right there, so I ended up dying, but that is my only death for the game, guys. Yeah, this was a slaughter fest. So when you're playing Ezreal and you get your Man Immune and Trinity Force, and you still have a champ stack, I mean, you're going to be insanely strong. The job as Ezreal is to get your Man Immune and Trinity Force as fast as possible, and that's when you're peaking. Like, that is a huge power spike for Ezreal. Like, the biggest power spike anyone could have is Ezreal getting those 2 items, especially once you get your Muramana. It's really good, and you should always be getting it at 8 minutes. So right here, I'm just doing beautiful poke damage. I've really been utilizing, you know, just throw the skill 2 and then use the skill 3, and not even to dash on top, but just to send that little projectile as poke. It actually it does so much damage when you do that, and that's literally all I did. And yeah, because it's just a nice source of burst damage. So this game, I mean, it's very hard for, you know, us to even lose. Like, I just look at me, how far I keep my distance. I was planning on ulting there, but I was like, there's not really any point to. I see this, like, Kai'Sa trying to engage or just move forward, and oh my god, we just missed everything right there. Lux just missed everything. So we couldn't push further onto Kai'Sa there. She was pretty caught. As you can see, I still I don't aggress even though I'm power spiked, and the reason for that is you don't want to give Kai'Sa free isolated Q. So that's why I don't just engage brainlessly. I'm always being cautious, and I think that's smart to do with Ezreal. You always want to play cautious, look to poke, but don't do anything else. Literally, like, I'm just zoning these guys out of their own lane just by walking. So what this allows me to do is try to push the wave and go for turret damage, since they have to walk around, and that's always pretty good to look for, is doing turret damage. So this laning phase, it gets a little boring and stiff, and that's just because in high tier elo, usually the ADCs won't just constantly fight and trade kills. Usually everyone makes sure not to die or feed, because in Wild Rift, if you die once in your lane, whether that's mid, top, ADC, the game feels kind of over because it's a snowball. But look right here, guys. We decide to camp and go for an engage onto Kai'Sa, and right here I just auto attack until I make sure I land my skill 1s, but I was never in a position to. Right here I'm just like, I'm wasting too much time with my ultimate, but we were able to secure the kills. The minions were in the way a little bit when we were going on Kai'Sa, which can be annoying, but Ezreal does so much damage with his auto attacks with Trinity Force. Man, that Trinity. Actually, you want something curious, guys? What do you guys think of the new runes that they implemented, and the runes they took out? I think it's good that they took out Kleptomancy. No one was using that. I mean, the new phase rush, I think it's called, is I think at least can be utilized compared to Klepto. Not a single person ran Klepto. That was a meme rune. But yeah, I think the regeneration really took. I use regeneration, and I use whatchamacallit, Spirit Walker. So I'm surprised both my runes that they use have been taken out, which is quite sad to see, but definitely makes it a little bit more unique. This is the first time that they've actually changed the runes since I played from beta. Literally since I played from beta, they've been the same rune. So this is the first like big rune change that they have done. And one thing to note from that team fight, guys, is always look sure to combo your ult with something. Right there, it was a Kennen ult. Like, guys, do not waste your Ezreal. Ezreal ult is actually super important because it does so much damage, and if you land it on 3 people or more, I mean, you're just God, and you're probably gonna win that fight. There's gonna be some situations where you just need to ult someone to secure a kill and stuff like that. But when you're taking a full-on 5v5 fight, and there's a way that you can land a 3-man ult, you want to take it, and that's what I usually ult for. I usually ult for those 3-man fights and 3-man hits. And if I can't get a 3-man hit, then I don't really ult. I don't really waste my ult. There's some Ezreal players that you guys would see that just ult straight down the mid lane. I've tried that out, and to be honest, I wouldn't really do that. Make sure you hold your ult and have it for the right reasons. I mean, Ezreal ult does so much damage, so it's not something to waste at all. And also always make sure you're in a good position when using it. So right here, you know, we're just at the stage where, look at that, I did 25% of Janet's HP. Right here I'm worried because TF is TPing down, but I see Kennen ulting, and right here I try to combo the ult, but the Janet flash was too good. Maybe I should have predicted the ult a little bit better, but I wouldn't have predicted that flash. So right here when I got yellow carded, I got scared, but Lux was able to secure the kill, and right here we just run onto Darius and kill him. I mean, this Darius did not have the best positioning in this game at all. I mean, we're just completely snowballing. But yeah, this new patch is interesting, guys. This new patch is very, very, very interesting. And the changes, I like the nerfs to Akali. I like the they didn't really touch any ADCs at all. Yeah, they didn't really touch any ADCs, which I always hate to see that, but the new champions, Irelia and Riven, are going to be coming out, I think, literally today, like June 2nd at 5 p.m. PST. They usually come out a day earlier than when they say, because they say it's coming out on June 3rd, but that basically means they're coming out on June 2nd. At 5 p.m. PST, when the leaderboards change is usually, or when the leaderboards update, that's usually when they come out. So I'll probably have a guide on them as well, so that will be on the lookout. But yeah, this update was a really, really big update. And I think for the ADC roles, I mean, I'm still going to be going the same ADCs as before. Ezreal, Kai'Sa, Xayah, Corki, those are all really good ADCs. And I'm still going to use the similar runes. And I'm still going second wind on Ezreal, but I think I might switch that out soon for something else because it's honestly quite useless. I think I'm going to switch it for Hunter Titan like I usually use. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know your guys' thoughts on the new updates, new runes, new changes and buffs, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.